Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India NewsHour, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja, coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates India's fastest metro rail in Meerut. Namo Bharat train and metro rail to share tracks for the first time in India. Journey from Meerut to New Delhi to take just 55 minutes. In his monthly radio broadcast, Prime Minister Modi terms New Delhi summit a global turning point for harnessing the power of artificial intelligence (AI). Dozens of civilians killed as Pakistan carries out cross-border strikes in Afghanistan. After court ruling, US President Donald Trump raises global tariffs from 10 to 15%. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the Meerut Metro and Namo Bharat train at Shatabdi Nagar Namo Bharat station in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh on Sunday. Prime Minister Modi also undertook metro ride till Meerut South Station and interacted with students and passengers on board. The Prime Minister dedicated the entire 82-kilometre Delhi-Meerut Namo Bharat corridor to the nation and inaugurated the remaining sections of the India's first Namo Bharat rapid regional transit system. Take a look.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday flagged off the Meerut Metro and the Namo Bharat train in Meerut, giving a major boost to infrastructure development in western Uttar Pradesh. The two services are expected to significantly reduce travel time between New Delhi and Meerut. The Prime Minister also took a ride from Shatabdi Nagar Namo Bharat station to Meerut South station on the Meerut Metro, which is India's fastest metro system. During the journey, he interacted with students and fellow passengers. PM Modi also inaugurated the remaining sections of India's first Namo Bharat regional rapid transit system. These include the 5-kilometre stretch between Sarai Kale Khan and New Ashoknagar in Delhi and the 21-kilometre section between Meerut South and Modipuram in Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister Modi hailed the project as a symbol of Nari Shakti, noting that a majority of the train operators and station control staff are women. He congratulated the people of Uttar Pradesh on the launch of the country's first Namo Bharat rapid rail service.
आज पहली बार एक ही मंच से नमो भारत रैपिड रेल और मेट्रो सेवा का एक ही दिन शुभारंभ हो रहा है। विकसित भारत की कनेक्टिविटी कैसी होगी, ये उसकी एक शानदार झांकी है। शहर के भीतर के लिए मेट्रो और ट्विन सिटीज के विजन को गति देने के लिए नमो भारत जैसी आधुनिक ट्रेन, मुझे संतोष है कि ये काम उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ है।
Recalling his special bond with Meerut, the Prime Minister said that his national election campaigns in 2014, 2019 and 2024 began from the city. He highlighted the work culture of the double-engine government and emphasized that a developed Uttar Pradesh is essential for building a developed India. These projects are expected to significantly accelerate infrastructure growth, enhance regional connectivity and strengthen India's journey towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Siddharth Bhardwaj report for DD India.
So after flagging off the Meerut Metro and the Namo Bharat train, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took a ride from Shatabdi Nagar Namo Bharat station to Meerut South station. During the journey, he interacted with students and passengers on board. Our correspondent Siddharth Bhardwaj tells you more.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off Meerut Metro and Namo Bharat train today. These two trains will significantly cut the travel time between Meerut and Delhi. While I'm here in Meerut Metro, and I have some people with me who had an interaction with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Let's talk to them.
In 14th century, someone said that who knows Delhi Doordarshan, that means that Delhi was far away. But now, due to this Meerut Metro and Rapid that Prime Minister Narendra Modi gifted us to West UP, now Delhi won't be that far away.
It is very beneficial as girls can travel far away, like it is going to be connected ahead as well. So girls can travel at any hour in the day or night, and it is safer than usual buses and trains.
The most developed economies in the world, people travel by public transport, not by expensive cars. So it is very good to see India going towards that.
So this is Meerut Metro, and we just have had a word with people with whom Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted, and they expressed their happiness. Some people here say that this is a gift to the entire Western UP by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and some say that it will give a boost and a fillip when it comes to business in the country, and it will certainly give a fillip when it comes to India's vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. With camera person Mohit Uike, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh.
In his monthly radio broadcast called Mann Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday spoke about Arlene Sherin Abraham, a 10-month-old infant from the state of Kerala who was one of India's youngest organ donors.
In his latest Mann Ki Baat episode, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the inspirational stories of organ donations. Prime Minister shared the story of 10-month-old infant Arlene Sherin Abraham from Kerala. Her name has joined the ranks of the nation's youngest organ donors.
कुछ ही दिन पहले हमने केरला की एक नन्ही मासूम आर्लिन शेरिन अब्राहम को खो दिया है। महज 10 महीनों में वो इस दुनिया से चली गई। कल्पना कीजिए, उसके सामने पूरी जिंदगी थी जो अचानक खत्म हो गई। कितने ही सपने और खुशियां अधूरी रह गई। उसके पेरेंट्स जिस पीड़ा से गुजर रहे होंगे उसे शब्दों से व्यक्त नहीं किया जा सकता है, लेकिन इतने गहरे दर्द के बीच भी आर्लिन के पिता अरुण अब्राहम और मां शेरिन ने एक ऐसा फैसला लिया जिससे हर देशवासी का हृदय उनके प्रति सम्मान से भर गया है। उन्होंने आर्लिन के अंगदान का फैसला किया। आर्लिन शेरिन अब्राहम आज हमारे बीच नहीं है, लेकिन उसका नाम देश के कम उम्र की ऑर्गन डोनर्स में जुड़ गया है।
Sharing several other inspiring examples, Prime Minister said that awareness about organ donation is growing recently in the country today. Prime Minister praised organ donors, saying that it helps those in need and also bolsters medical research in the country. Bureau Report, DD India.
Head of the Cardio Surgery Department at Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in New Delhi, Dr. Vijay Grover, echoed the Prime Minister's appeal, urging citizens to listen to the message and actively spread awareness about organ donation.
As highlighted by the Prime Minister of India, organ donation is a cause that should be highlighted to every person in the nation, and we as citizens of the country should come forward and make a pledge towards organ donation. We should take this message of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to each and every member of the society and propagate this message of organ donation.
The Prime Minister also advised people to exercise caution when receiving messages or calls related to KYC updates. KYC stands for Know Your Customer. It is mandatory for financial institutions and businesses to verify a customer's identity and address it from time to time.
हम सभी जानते हैं कि आजकल पेंशन, सब्सिडी, बीमा, यूपीआई सब कुछ बैंक खाते से जुड़ा है। इसी वजह से बैंक समय समय पर केवाईसी करते हैं ताकि आपका बैंक अकाउंट सुरक्षित रहे। हाँ, इसमें भी आपको एक बात याद रखनी है, जो अपराधी हैं वो फर्जी कॉल करते हैं, एसएमएस और लिंक भेजते हैं, इसलिए हमें सतर्क रहना है और ऐसे धोखेबाजों के झांसे में नहीं आना है। केवाईसी या केवाईसी केवल अपने बैंक की शाखा या आधिकारिक ऐप और ऑथराइज्ड मीडियम से ही कराएं। ओटीपी, आधार नंबर या बैंक खाते संबंधी जानकारी किसी को भी न दें और सबसे अहम बात, अपने पासवर्ड को समय समय पर जरूर बदलते रहें।
Prime Minister Modi further presented the changing face of agriculture, calling farmers true devotees of Mother Earth. He said that they are not just dependent on tradition, but are turning soil into gold through modern technology and value addition.
मीरूत पटेल नाम के एक युवा किसान से जुड़ी जानकारी वाकई बहुत प्रेरक है। करीब 8 साल पहले तक वे अपने पिता शिवशंकर पटेल के साथ पारंपरिक ढंग से धान की खेती करते थे, लेकिन उन्होंने खेती को नए नजरिए से देखना शुरू किया। अपने खेत के तालाब के ऊपर उन्होंने मजबूत जालीदार ढांचा बनाया, उस पर बेल वाली सब्जियां उगाई, तालाब के चारों ओर केले, अमरूद और नारियल लगाए और तालाब में मछली पालन भी शुरू किया। यानी एक ही जगह पारंपरिक खेती भी हो रही है, सब्जी भी, फल भी, मछली भी। इससे जमीन का बेहतर उपयोग हुआ, पानी की बचत हुई।
You're watching DD India NewsHour, still to come on the show. Russia launches major strikes before its conflict with Ukraine's 4th anniversary. Kiev reports casualties with energy infrastructure hit. Thousands march in France's Lyon as far-right activist is beaten to death. Denmark's defense minister says Greenland does not require medical assistance from other countries. Welcome back. You're watching DD India NewsHour. I am Tanvi Taneja. India is moving towards a significant and leading role in the field of artificial intelligence, and this was clearly visible in the latest episode of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's monthly radio program called Mann Ki Baat. The Prime Minister called AI Impact Summit as a major achievement and a turning point in India's journey towards becoming a developed country.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the citizens in 131st episode of Mann Ki Baat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the achievements witnessed during the Global AI Impact Summit in Delhi this month. Prime Minister said the summit has proved to be a turning point in the trajectory of how the world will utilize the power of AI in the future.
समिट में मुझे वर्ल्ड लीडर्स और टेक सीईओ से मिलने का भी अवसर मिला। एआई समिट की एग्जीबिशन में मैंने वर्ल्ड लीडर्स को ढेर सारी चीजें दिखाई। मैं दो बातों का विशेष रूप से उल्लेख करना चाहता हूं। समिट में इन दो प्रोडक्ट्स ने दुनिया भर के लीडर्स को बहुत प्रभावित किया। पहला प्रोडक्ट अमूल के बूथ पर था। इसमें बताया गया कि कैसे एआई जानवरों का इलाज करने में हमारी मदद कर रही है और कैसे 24/7 एआई असिस्टेंट की मदद से किसान अपनी डेयरी और जानवर का हिसाब रखते हैं। साथियों, दूसरा प्रोडक्ट हमारी संस्कृति से संबंधित था। दुनिया भर के लीडर्स ये देखकर हैरत में पड़ गए कि कैसे एआई की मदद से हम हमारे प्राचीन ग्रंथों को, हमारे प्राचीन ज्ञान को, हमारी पांडुलिपियों को संरक्षित कर रहे हैं, आज की जनरेशन के अनुरूप ढाल रहे हैं।
Prime Minister highlighted the importance of translating and preserving manuscripts, showcasing India's ancient knowledge, language, and rich heritage into multiple Indian and foreign languages using modern AI avatar.
एग्जीबिशन के दौरान डिस्प्ले के लिए सुश्रुत संहिता का चयन किया गया। पहले स्टेप में दिखाया गया कि कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से हम पांडुलिपियों की इमेज क्वालिटी सुधारकर उन्हें पढ़ने लायक बना रहे हैं। सेकंड स्टेप में इस इमेज को मशीन के पढ़ने लायक टेक्स्ट में बदला गया। अगले स्टेप में मशीन रीडेबल टेक्स्ट को एक एआई अवतार ने पढ़ा और फिर अगले स्टेप में हमने ये भी दिखाया कि कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी से ये अनमोल भारतीय ज्ञान इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस और विदेशी भाषाओं में ट्रांसलेट किया जा सकता है।
Prime Minister also hailed the enthusiasm of the youth during AI Summit. He also mentioned the 3 Made in India AI models launched during this period. Congratulating the countrymen for its immense success, Prime Minister described it the biggest AI summit ever. Bureau Report, DD India.
AI for Agri 2026. A satellite event of the AI Impact Summit was inaugurated in Mumbai. The event is aimed at positioning the Western Indian state of Maharashtra at the forefront of AI-driven agricultural transformation. Our next report by DD India's Shama Mishra gives you the details.
With a vision to emerge as a global convening platform for shaping the future of agriculture through responsible AI and global collaboration, the AI for Agri Global Conference has been organized in the financial capital.
Addressing the conference, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis described the initiative as a defining moment for Maharashtra and the agricultural sector. He said that Maharashtra is the first state in the country to launch a comprehensive agriculture policy integrating artificial intelligence at scale. The Chief Minister emphasized that technology must reach every single farmer and asserted that Maharashtra will become the first large-scale use case where AI works at population scale.
Our message was simple. Technology must reach every single farmer. Our ambition is bold. Maharashtra will become the world's foremost use case capital for agri-AI. We built Mahavistar, a digital companion for every farmer. It gives personalized advisories, weather and pest intelligence, market signals, and seamless access to the schemes.
Union Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh highlighted India's growing leadership in artificial intelligence and its transformative role in agriculture. Dr. Singh said that India has demonstrated its AI capabilities in line with global benchmarks. Referring to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mantra of Manav, he emphasized that while AI can transform systems, it cannot replace human integrity and ethics.
India has shown its ability to live up to the global benchmarks and to seek acknowledgement on the global parameters. Artificial intelligence may be able to substitute for everything, but cannot substitute for human integrity or human ethics.
The summit also witnessed the launch of Maha-Agri-X and Agri-Exchange, a large language model in the Bhili tribal language aimed at improving digital access for tribal farming communities, Mahavistar, and AI-powered pest and disease identification systems designed to assist farmers with real-time advisory services. Deputy Chief Minister Sunetra Pawar, State Minister Dattatreya Bharne, Bharat Gogawale, and Ashish Jaiswal, Parmeshwaran Iyer, Executive Director at the World Bank, along with leading agriculture experts and business leaders, were also present at the conference. Maharashtra marked a major step in AI-driven agriculture with the launch of AI for Agri 2026, showcasing large-scale artificial intelligence integration, farmer-centric digital platforms, and inclusive language-based solutions to transform the agricultural sector.
AI for Agriculture 2026 Global Conference comes at a defining moment when the countries across the globe are looking for sustainable solutions. In this era of rapid technological advancement, AI merely not plays a role of a tool, but also has the power to change the future of farming. With camera person Aditya Kasare, this is Shama Mishra for DD India, Mumbai.
Staying in Asia, Afghanistan has vowed to hit back after Pakistani strikes killed at least 18 people, including mostly women and children. The country called the attacks a blatant violation of their sovereignty. The overnight attacks were the most extensive since border clashes in October last year. A report.
Afghanistan has vowed to retaliate against Pakistani airstrikes on Nangarhar and Paktika provinces at the right time.
The Ministry of National Defense considers the protection of the country's airspace and the security of its people to be its religious and national responsibility, and warns that at an appropriate time it will deliver an appropriate and calculated response.
Women and children were among at least 18 killed in the overnight strikes. Islamabad claimed it hit 7 sites along the border region targeting Afghanistan-based militant groups in response to suicide bombings in Pakistan. However, Afghan authorities and eyewitnesses said that the attacks targeted civilian areas.
This house belonged to a poor farmer named Sahabuddin. Pakistan jet planes came and bombed it, killing all the children and women. We call on the United Nations to bring Pakistan to justice and to ensure that it is brought before a court in accordance with the law.
The overnight attacks were the most extensive since border clashes in October last year, which left more than 70 dead on both sides and wounded hundreds. The strikes also come just days after Afghanistan released 3 Pakistani soldiers in a Saudi Arabia-mediated move to defuse tensions. Bureau Report, DD India.
On to the Americas now. US President Donald Trump on Saturday raised worldwide import tariffs from 10 to 15% effective immediately, a day after the US Supreme Court struck down portions of his sweeping trade measures. Trump criticized the decision as extraordinarily anti-American. In a social media post, Trump signaled that he would press ahead with his trade agenda despite the legal setback. While Trump vowed to continue to adjust tariffs, several countries now weigh options to respond to the new US tariffs.
In less than 24 hours after President Donald Trump signed an order establishing a new 10% global tariff to 15%, appending one of his signature trade deals in the process. The abrupt changes followed the Supreme Court's ruling on Friday that struck down his tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Hours after the decision, he imposed a 10% rate under Section 122 of the 1974 Trade Act, then hiked the new duty on Saturday morning. In a post on social media, he said that after a thorough review of Friday's extraordinarily anti-American decision by the court to rein in his tariff program, the administration was hiking the import levies to the fully allowed and legally tested 15% level. Trump also said that during the next short number of months, the administration will determine and issue the new and legally permissible tariffs, which will continue extraordinarily successful process of making America great again. By a 6-3 vote, the court had ruled that it was unconstitutional for Trump to unilaterally set and change tariffs because the power to tax lies with the US Congress. Trump lashed out at the Supreme Court, calling the ruling deeply disappointing and adding that he was ashamed of the justices who ruled against his tariffs, which included his own appointees. After US SC decision, businesses and governments around the world sought repayment for the estimated $133 billion that Washington has already collected. According to a White House fact sheet, exemptions remain for sectors that are under separate probes, including pharma and goods entering the US under the US-Mexico-Canada agreement. Trump's tariffs are a key plank of his economic policy, which he has said will encourage businesses to invest and produce goods in the US rather than overseas. But the court's decision marked a significant check on his power and a major blow to his second-term agenda. Meanwhile, the governments of multiple countries have said they are mulling plans in response to possible new US tariff hike. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said that he will travel to Washington, D.C. over a week later to hold talks with Trump on the issue. Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva urged Donald Trump to treat all countries equally. In Seoul, the Presidential Office of the Republic of Korea also convened a meeting on Saturday and discussed response plans. Australia's government said it will examine all options. Bureau Report, DD India.
India's flagship global technology event, the India AI Impact Summit 2026, concluded on Saturday with historic international outcomes. The adoption of the New Delhi Declaration marked the success of India's push to frame artificial intelligence as a shared global good rather than an exclusive technological advantage of the rich and the developed. Also, major global AI firms struck deals worth billions of dollars at the summit. The India AI Impact Summit 2026 concluded in New Delhi on Saturday with a major global agreement on the future of artificial intelligence. 89 countries and international organizations endorsed the New Delhi Declaration on AI Impact, outlining a shared vision to make AI collaborative, trusted, resilient, and accessible to all. The declaration calls for stronger international cooperation, voluntary frameworks, and respect for national sovereignty in AI governance. Several global initiatives were announced during this 6-day summit, including a charter for the democratic diffusion of AI to promote access to foundational AI resources while respecting national laws, a global AI impact commons to scale successful AI solutions, and a trusted AI commons to promote security and best practices. The summit marked a turning point in global AI cooperation, positioning artificial intelligence as a driver of inclusive growth and long-term development. Global tech giants and Indian innovators also signed the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments during the summit. It is a dual pledge framework designed to track AI adoption and enhance its performance across diverse linguistic and cultural contexts. The pact included big tech firms including Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, Microsoft, and Meta, alongside Indian firms Sarvam, Bharat Gen, Gyani, and Saket AI, among others. Not just this, senior executives from global tech firms joined world leaders to strike deals worth billions of dollars to advance AI infrastructure in India. Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries and its telecom arm Jio announced to invest $109.8 billion over the next 7 years to build artificial intelligence and data infrastructure. The Adani Group plans to invest $100 billion for renewable energy powered AI data centers by 2035. Microsoft announced to invest $50 billion by the end of the decade to help expand AI to countries across the global south. Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, signed up ChatGPT parent OpenAI as its first customer for its data center unit under the Global AI Infrastructure Initiative, Stargate. Further, TCS announced a collaboration to bring US-based chipmaker Advanced Micro Devices, AMD's Helios rack-scale AI architecture to India. Infrastructure major Lawson & Tubro announced a proposed venture with NVIDIA to build India's largest gigawatt-scale AI factory to reinforce India's position as a global AI powerhouse. Also, in a significant outcome of the summit was India's intent to shape the global discourse on AI with conscience. Prime Minister Modi unveiled India's comprehensive Manav vision for AI at the summit, outlining a human-centric framework for ethical, accountable, and inclusive AI governance. A quiet sense of achievement settled over Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi this week when India secured the Guinness World Records for the most pledges received for an AI responsibility campaign in 24 hours. A total of 250,946 valid pledges were recorded between 16th and 17th of February. Tanvi Taneja for DD India. And we are now joined by S. Krishnan, Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology, India, on the show. Welcome, Krishnan Ji, on the show. First of all, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed pride in his Mann Ki Baat program today that the India AI Impact Summit has been a turning point in the trajectory of how the world will utilize the power of AI in the future. Your take on that extremely significant endorsement?
Thank you very much for having me. I think it's a matter of great pride that such a major event has taken place in India. This is the fourth of the global summits that have taken place on AI, and by far the largest. For the first time, actually, India has democratized AI by throwing open the doors and bringing youth and researchers, innovators, a whole host of others to actually both showcase and also learn from how AI can have a significant impact in the real sectors of the economy. It was the AI Impact Summit, and therefore it was important to demonstrate impact, and that's precisely what was done. Likewise, the aim was to democratize AI and democratize access to AI resources, and therefore we truly democratized AI through this effort. And it is very gratifying that the Honorable Prime Minister has noted the significant development as the AI Summit was primarily organized based on the Honorable Prime Minister's announcement in Paris last year in February that India would be the next host of the AI Summit. And thereafter, considerable preparation had been done, and with direct directions and guidance from the Honorable Prime Minister, and with the support of many, many ministries and all agencies who have contributed to the success of this huge summit.
Indeed. The AI Impact Summit ended with the adoption of the New Delhi Declaration by as many as 89 countries and international organizations. Would you agree that this itself is a ringing signal of the huge success of the summit?
Yes, absolutely. I think the number of countries who have signed on is significantly larger than the number of countries who signed on earlier occasions. Key countries like the United States, China, the United Kingdom, France, Brazil, all of them have signed on to the declaration. I think that is a very, very significant moment.
Yes, and among other things, the New Delhi Declaration has underscored that the benefits of AI must be equitably shared across humanity. In other words, the democratization of AI resources. Can this arguably be called the most significant outcome of the summit?
In a number of ways, yes, because this was the first time a summit was being held in the global south. Thus far, most of the events were held in advanced countries. For the first time, it was being held in the global south with considerable participation from the global south. So, to that extent, the whole idea and the whole intent was to create a model which will democratize the use of AI and democratize access to AI resources. And the ringing endorsement which was provided in the declaration also supports this approach.
Okay, the New Delhi Declaration also highlights the role of AI in driving economic transformation. Would you say this also, along with democratization of resources, is one of the most important outcomes of the summit because it encompasses both the vast economic promise and the enormous economic challenges posed by AI?
You see, as the Honorable Prime Minister clearly mentioned, you can either be on the side of Bhay or Bhagya. Bhay being fear or Bhagya being good fortune. And he clearly indicated that India was on the side of Bhagya and also on the side of Bhavishya. That is, the fortune which is to be made in the future is what India is focusing on. That was the point that he made, that India has a positive outlook towards AI. And we believe that it can be the most important way by which India and many of the countries of the global south can truly become developed nations in the coming decades. We have to leverage this technology, ride the technology wave in order to achieve the fruits of development for our people. And that is the opportunity which is being showcased, and that is what is being attempted.
Okay, another key issue stressed by the New Delhi Declaration is the need for energy-efficient AI infrastructure. Tell us, sir, why is this such an important outcome of the summit and how do you see it being fulfilled?
You see, we need resilience. Today, our internet and our entire way in which the world communicates is through the electronic linkages. And these electronic linkages require resilience. And AI in particular requires the data centers, and for both training models and for inferencing, they need a lot of compute power, and compute power means a lot of energy is also required. And energy needs to be sourced from across the world, including a country like India. But we have to ensure that it is energy efficient and is not wasteful use of energy. That is why it's important to underline that energy efficiency is an important way in which AI can be scaled up, because that also contributes to the fact that even in slightly energy scarce countries or countries where access to energy may be limited, AI can be used and AI can be applied.
Okay, the New Delhi Declaration, Mr. Krishnan, also declares that advancing secure, trustworthy and robust AI is foundational to building trust and maximizing societal and economic benefits. Could you break down this extremely important statement for us?
See, the key thing is that although we have a very positive outlook on the way that we would approach AI, we are aware that it is a dual-use technology, and there are possibilities of using it in ways that could cause harm. And we have to protect people against such harm, and we also have to ensure that as a technology, it is both safe and secure so that people can use it without hesitation and people can adopt it with trust.
Okay, on an India-centric level, India's top corporates, including Reliance Industries, Adani Group, Tata Consultancy Services, Larsen & Toubro, announced huge investment plans in AI. Will these prove transformational for India in the next 5 to 10 years?
Absolutely. We have to build our own capacities, our own sovereign capacities in AI, in data centers, and in the way that we operate. And these investments, along with the investments being made in the semiconductor and electronics sector, will be critical to building this resilience and also to build self-reliance in this critical area.
Okay, in the end, sir, how would you sum up the most significant outcomes of the India AI Impact Summit 2026?
I think the most important thing for me personally was that we actually brought people into the center focus of the AI discussions and conversations. Usually summits are with leaders, CEOs, and some experts being present. For the first time, we brought in a large number of people, especially youth and others who are interested in this area, to be part of this conversation, to hear from leading experts from across the world, leading CEOs and leading leaders from different parts of the world as to what the challenges of AI are, what are the kind of challenges we face, and how can we approach it best. I think it's a significant learning opportunity for many of our students and also a significant opportunity for many of our innovators to actually showcase the kind of applications and solutions that they are building.
S. Krishnan, Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, thank you very much for playing a pivotal role in organizing this summit for us. Thank you for joining, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, let's move on now. Now news on India's success with regard to elimination of left-wing extremism. In a significant development, Maoist General Secretary and Politburo member Tipri Tirupati, alias Devji, who had been active in Bastar region of Chhattisgarh for a long time, has surrendered before Telangana police, along with CCM Sangram and 19 other cadres. Devji carried a bounty of over 1 crore rupees in the central Indian state of Chhattisgarh. His surrender is being seen as a major setback to the Maoist network. Devji was considered one of the most dangerous and strategic leaders of the outlawed outfit. His name has been linked to the killing of over 131 security personnel in Bastar. With his surrender, the number of Politburo members active in Bastar has reportedly come down to only 4. Meanwhile, Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Vishnudev Sai, said the surrender of Maoist General Secretary and Politburo member before Telangana police marks a major success in the anti-Maoist campaign in the country. He expressed confidence that the vision of a Naxal-free India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah will certainly be achieved.
बड़ी सफलता है। पिछले 2 वर्षों से लगातार हमारे जवानों को नक्सल ऑपरेशन में सफलता मिल रही है और अभी देवा का आत्मसमर्पण करना वो भी बहुत बड़ी बात है। वो पीपी पुलिस ब्यूरो मेंबर था और एक और संग्राम वो समर्पण किया है, तो ये देवा के समर्पण करने से तो एक तरह से और नक्सलवाद की कमर टूट गई है, तो बड़ी सफलता है और निश्चित रूप से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, गृह मंत्री जी का संकल्प पूरा होगा।
And next news of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russia has launched one of its largest aerial assaults on Ukraine in recent weeks, just days before the 4th anniversary of its conflict with Ukraine. As fighting intensifies on the ground, diplomatic divisions are also emerging within Europe over fresh sanctions against Moscow. DD India's Rupa Kumar Jha filed this report.
At least 1 person was killed and several others, including children, were wounded in and around Kiev after Russia fired dozens of missiles and hundreds of drones across Ukraine overnight. The barrage reportedly targeted energy infrastructure, rail facilities and residential areas just 2 days before the war enters its 5th year. According to Ukraine, Moscow launched around 50 missiles and 300 drones, causing widespread damage, including power outages in multiple regions. Russia reported downing several Ukrainian drones near Moscow, prompting temporary flight restrictions at 4 airports in the capital. Meanwhile, in Europe, unity over new sanctions against Moscow is facing strain. Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban said Budapest will block the European Union's 20th sanctions package unless Ukraine restores oil transit through the Druzhba pipeline, which supplies Hungary and Slovakia. This causes extra complications as the European Union requires unanimous approval from all 27 member states for sanctions to take effect. Meanwhile, Pope Leo has called peace in Ukraine an urgent necessity, calling for immediate ceasefire and renewed dialogue.
My heart still goes out to the dramatic situation that is before everyone's eyes. How many victims, how many lives and families destroyed, how much destruction, how much unspeakable suffering. Every war truly is a wound inflicted upon the entire human family.
As Russia-Ukraine conflict enters its 5th year, global peace hangs on a thread. Rupa Kumar Jha's report for DD India.
More news from Europe. Greenland does not require medical assistance from other countries. This is what Denmark's defense minister said on Sunday after US President Donald Trump claimed he was sending a hospital ship to the autonomous Danish territory. Defense Minister Troels Poulsen said Greenland's healthcare system is sufficient to meet the needs of its population. The remarks came after Donald Trump posted on his social media platform Truth Social that the United States would send a great hospital boat to Greenland to take care of the many people who are sick. Trump has previously said that the US must control Greenland to safeguard its security interests, though he later softened earlier threats after reaching a framework understanding with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte to expand US influence. US Secret Service agents shot dead an armed man who unlawfully entered the secure perimeter of President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida on Sunday. President Trump was in Washington at the time of the incident. Authorities said that the suspect was a man in his early 20s and was carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and a fuel can when confronted by agents. There have been no reports of any injuries sustained by the officers in the process. The incident comes amid heightened security concerns following past assassination attempts targeting the US president. Back to Europe, French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot on Sunday said that France will summon the United States ambassador after comments by the Trump administration on the killing of a far-right activist, Quentin de Rong. Barrot said that the remarks by the US embassy amounted to interference in a matter concerning France's national community and rejected any attempt to politicize the tragedy. This comes after the US administration had condemned what it described as a violent radical leftism in connection with the fatal beating and called for those responsible to be brought to justice. Meanwhile, thousands marched in the French city of Lyon on Saturday following the killing of a far-right activist who was beaten to death last week by alleged hard-left activists in an incident that shocked the country. 7 people are under formal investigation for their alleged role in the murder. French President Emmanuel Macron called for calm ahead of the rallies and said that he would hold a meeting with ministers on all violent groups. This meeting will come next week. Secretary West of External Affairs Ministry of India, Sibi George, hosted a welcome dinner for a delegation of the permanent representatives to the United Nations. The representatives are on a week-long familiarization visit to India. George shared India's perspectives on multilateralism, the United Nations, and wished the delegation a fruitful stay in India. India's High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Pranay Verma, met Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Khalilur Rahman in Dhaka on Sunday. The High Commissioner conveyed New Delhi's intent to work closely with Bangladesh's newly formed government and deepen cooperation across sectors through a constructive and forward-looking partnership. Earlier, the High Commissioner also met State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shama Obaid Islam, to review bilateral relations. India has strongly condemned Pakistan's airstrikes on Afghanistan, which resulted in civilian casualties during the holy month of Ramzan. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said that the airstrikes are another attempt by Pakistan to externalize its internal failures. India also reiterated its support for Afghanistan's sovereignty. You're with us on DD India NewsHour. Time now for some sporting action. First, updates from Kochi, where the Central Industrial Security Force, CISF's Vande Mataram Coastal Cyclothon 2026 culminated in the state of Kerala on Sunday. CISF cyclists have rowed 6,553 kilometers for the past 27 days. 130 cyclists were in expedition mode for the past 27 days as they travelled through 55 coastal villages of the country. Of the total, 60 were women cyclists. This cycling expedition celebrates India's coastal glory, promoting blue economy awareness and national unity. Minister of State for Home Affairs, Bandi Sanjay Kumar, who was the chief guest of the event, hailed the cyclists and the organizers of the event.
CSF के दो दल, एक पूर्वी तट से और दूसरा पश्चिमी तट से इस यात्रा पर निकले और अंत में कोच्चि केरला में आकर मिले। यह मिलन हमारे देश की एकता और अखंडता का प्रतीक है। साइकिल यात्रा अत्यंत परिश्रम और धैर्य की मांग करती है। अनेक कठिनाइयों और बाधाओं का सामना करते हुए आपने गम्य तक पहुंचना वास्तव में प्रेरणादायक और अत्यंत सराहनीय उपलब्धि है। यह भव्य साइक्लोथॉन केवल शारीरिक क्षमता का प्रदर्शन नहीं बल्कि महिला सशक्तिकरण का एक शक्तिशाली प्रतीक है।
And on to the T20 World Cup. Co-hosts Sri Lanka collapsed to a disappointing 51-run defeat against England in their T20 World Cup 2026 Super 8 clash in Pallakal earlier today. England rode on opener Phil Salt's half-century, posting a total of 146 for 9 in 20 overs. Sri Lanka spinners Dunit Velalage and Mahesh Tikshana starred with 3 and 2 wickets respectively. Chasing a below-par score, Sri Lanka got off to a disastrous start as they lost 5 wickets in the power play. England captain Harry Brooks' decision to hand the new ball to Will Jacks worked wonders as he took 3 wickets. Jofra Archer, Liam Dawson and Adil Rashid also picked up 2 scalps each as Sri Lanka got bundled out for just 95 runs. And at the Winter Olympics, defending champions Finland swatted aside Slovakia to win the bronze in men's ice hockey, scoring 4 goals in the final period. The Finns had little time to lick their wounds after letting a 2-goal lead slip through their hands against Canada in Friday's semi-final and made a subdued celebration as the final buzzer sounded. Brad Jacobs led Canada to their first Olympic men's curling gold since 2014 after beating Britain 9-6 in a hard-fought final. Jacobs picked up his second gold medal, as did Mark Kennedy and Ben Herbert, who were both part of the winning team in Vancouver in 2010. The gold was Canada's 4th in men's competition at the Olympics and the 7th overall. Jorrit Bergsma turned back the clock to claim men's mass start gold, securing the 2nd Olympic title of his career at the age of 40. Dane Victor Hall Thorup claimed silver in the men's race for the country's 2nd ever Winter Olympics medal, while Italy's Andrea Giovannini delighted home fans with a bronze. And preparations were underway in Verona as the historic city in northern Italy is set to host the grand closing ceremony of the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics tonight. Security barriers were put up in the streets around the Roman amphitheatre, which will play host to a show bringing down the curtains on 17 days of winter sporting action. Verona has a long history of hosting musical, sporting and artistic events. Athletes who have taken part in the games will be among those in attendance. The title of the program is Beauty in Action, celebrating Italian culture, creativity, the unity of sports and a tie between the Italian mountains and cities. So that's all for this edition of DD India NewsHour. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and the world on our DD India mobile app. So we'll be back with news as it breaks on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from our entire team in New Delhi. Thank you for watching.